Hey everyone. First of all, let me start with a disclaimer. I'm not here representing my employer and I'm not endorsing any of the products that are getting discussed here. Full stop. As you may know, I work for GitHub and in my role, I meet a lot of enterprise stakeholders and discuss a lot about DevSecOps and of late a lot on Gen AI products like GitHub Copilot. One thing that I realized of late is like there's a lot of discussions around developer productivity. The topic itself is not new. It has resurfaced um, because like of GitHub Copilot. That's exactly like when I got introduced to Findy in a developer conference. Their offering immediately resonated with what I discussed with my customers. So thought, okay, let me do a small podcast of sorts for all my connections. It's easy to share that way, right? Um, I promise to act like a curious cat and ask all the questions on behalf of you. So if I miss out on anything, like do ping me, like, and I'll try to point you to the right resources. Without much wait, like I'll introduce you to the guest speaker, Suguru. Suguru is the head of the global business for Findy. I still remember the day when I got introduced to Suguru in DevCon, and while others were distributing their business cards, Suguru was like kind enough to show his PAN card, which is the Indian tax identification number. I think he was trying to say that how vested he is for the Indian market. So hopefully it's a lot of good knowledge coming your way. Good luck. By the way, this is my first public podcast. Be nice to me. Hey Sugu, welcome to the
Hi.
podcast. Do you want to introduce yourself first?
Sure. Firstly, thank you for having me today. My name is Suguru Findy. So Findy is a Japanese company and providing a solution to enhance your software development teams. So I'm currently working at Findy as a head of global business expansion. So previously working for Recruit Holdings, it's a Japanese company, parent company of Indeed, job search engine site. Then I was seconded to the Indeed US as a corporate development manager in charge of M&A integration in the US. During the COVID, I'm back to Japan and joined Findy. So now that I relocate to Bangalore, India, just a couple of months back, they're expanding our product. I'm enjoying the Indian life. Then now they find it plus to visualize, improve the software development productivity. That's why I'm here.
Nice, nice. And I'm seeing some of your social media posts on like how you're enjoying the Bangalore life and the dosas. So awesome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
So,
much.
so Sugu, like, let's start with the problem space, right? Like, what is the problem space that you and your company is trying to address? Can you elaborate that a bit?
Sure. Absolutely. So the primary focus of Identity Plus is to enhance the productivity of engineers team. With the rise of the remote work and the increasing use of AI, discussion around developer productivity and developer experience have become more important these days. However, many organizations struggle with quantifying what works and what needs to improvement. They find it challenging to evaluate effectiveness in the measurable way and often don't know how to enhance productivity in the development side. This promoted us to develop Findy Team Plus 3 years ago in Japan. So one of the key issues is that many companies cannot answer whether they are quantitatively aware of your current development productivity, and if you are taking the right action towards optimization. So it is a fundamental concern. The high productivity is desirable, but when it comes to developers, especially for software, there's often a disconnect between the understanding what development productivity actually means and why it needs to be measured. If this definition is not clear, it creates a gap between
Right.
business side and developers. Finally, our mission is to bridge this gap and support data-driven organizational growth.
So the topic of developer productivity has been there for a long time, right? And it has been debated also in multiple forums. Like everyone have their own definition of how we need to solve it, how we need to measure it, etc.
Yeah.
So um, so how does Findy define developer productivity? What is your description of developer productivity?
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you for the question. So I think to explain this question, let me quickly share my screen. my screen is visible.
Yeah, I can say, yeah, go for it.
Okay, so on Findy, we have to use these three levels to discuss development productivity. So we categorize productivity into three levels. So level one, productivity in terms of workload. This is about the amount of work done within a given time, such as the volume of source codes or number of pull requests. Level two, productivity with added value expectations. This involves evaluating the efficiency and cost effectiveness of the work done within a given time. Level three, productivity with realized added value. This measures the actual value created within a given time, like contribution to revenue or KPIs. So we start by visualizing output and then reflect on how much this output contributes to the outcomes. It's challenging to focus on quality initially without first understanding the output. Hence, we begin with the visualizing the output. Ultimately, building an organization that can deliver high quality output at good speed. It is a crucial.
Right.
Since development is done by people, it's essential that developers are motivated, healthy, and able to focus on their work. This includes the culture and work environment. So,
Nice.
yeah. So I find the kind of more quantitative approach. We started with like a level one, level two. Then we are giving more data for you to think of the how your output are related to the level three or outcomes. Okay. Then
Yeah,
also,
really like the way you are progressing towards the business value, right? You start with something which is activity based, right? Like a pull request, number of pull requests, etc. And then you're slowly progressing towards how productivity should be measured in terms of business value. That's really a nice approach. Sorry for cutting you short.
yeah.
You were saying something.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, thank you for summarizing what I'm saying. Yeah, totally. Yeah, Findy adopts a comprehensive approach by incorporating both quantitative and qualitative evaluations. Yeah,
Hmm.
we include meeting analysis, surveys, and other new metrics to assess developer experiences. So
Hmm.
the core idea to reflect on what works and what needs improvement, analyze causes, and determine the next action. It's like in Japanese we say kaizen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We consider a numerical result while avoiding bias, identify issues, and then link these findings to the next steps. We work with our clients to tackle their developer productivity challenges together.
Nice, nice, fantastic. I mean, whenever we talk about the developer productivity, I don't think we can avoid the topic about Dora and space framework, etc. Right? So, how does your platform um, take Dora and space, right? And I also will be interested in understanding what is your thought about space and Dora, right?
Yeah, thank you for the question. Regarding the geometrics, yes, we fully support them. And as for space, we're currently working on adding more features. So first, let me briefly introduce geometrics in case you are not familiar with. So
Right.
DORA stands for DevOps Research and Assessment, a company acquired by Google in 2018. So DORA introduced the four keys, which are also known as the geometrics. So deployment frequency, how often new code is deployed. The lead time for changes, the time from code commit to deployment. Change failure rate, the percentage of our deployment that fail. The mean time to recovery, the time taken to recover from the failure, the bug. So Dura conducted a scientific and quantitative research on how high-performing companies manage their development and identify the companies with high scores in these four metrics tend to have high growth and profitability. This discovery has led many IT services companies to start researching and following the four keys. Just kind of context, recently, so many software companies that started to follow the DORA four keys metrics. Yep. Then, in the other hand, it's important to note while these metrics are variable, simply the chasing the number is not good enough.
Right.
Yeah. Teams need to use these metrics for reflection and improvement, working towards fundamentally better deployment practices. So we support this by focusing on the metrics to help them at the individual review their development productivity. So seeing this number, the metrics is starting point. More importantly, more drill down what is happening by pull request basis, by team basis, by member basis. This is how Zero works on Findy Team Plus product. Okay. Then next is the space. So the space framework. This framework was introduced by Nico Forsgren, one of the author of Accelerate. When the measuring developer productivity, focusing too much on one metric can lead to gaming the system.
Right.
The space framework aims to address these by proposing the balanced selection of metrics. So SPACE stands for the satisfaction and well-being. This kind of measuring developer satisfaction and happiness. Then two, performance, evaluating the quantity of output. Then activity, tracking the activities such as coding, reviewing, and deploying. The communication and the collaboration. Strengthening the teamwork, the efficiency and flow, ensuring the optimal use of resources. So productivity metrics often focus on quantity, but the SPACE framework emphasizes the not only qualitative, also qualitative approach. Aspects like developer satisfaction and team collaboration. This balanced approach supports overall team health and long-term success. So at Findy, now we integrate SPACE framework metrics to provide a reliable, data-driven evaluating, facilitating better understanding, and actions from management and stakeholders. So yeah, we're happy to walk you through. After this, also not only showing the metrics, also kind of how many the meetings happening by team members, also the satisfaction survey, this kind of things we are also supporting on our platform.
Yes. I think enough of PowerPoint and talk, I guess. Let's get into the platform. Maybe you can show some scenarios of like how your platform gets used, like what kind of metrics get shown, etc. Let's go for that.
Okay. Then so then let me show my product. Okay. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you quick overview of how our platform works, highlighting the key scenario and the workflows. Okay, firstly, the integration. We begin by integrating our APIs with your development tools like GitHub, Bitbucket, and Jira, or GitLab, etc. This seamless integration sets the foundation for a smooth and efficient workflow. Then second is the configuration. So I cannot show the details in this section, but once integrated, we move to the configuration phase. Here, we collaborate with you to identify which branches, repositories, and specific metrics are important for your organizations. This customization ensures that data displayed is relevant and structured according to your unique process. Okay. Yes. Then back to this DevOps analysis part. It's the main part. So our primary dashboard is the DevOps analytics, so which provides a comprehensive view of your organization performance. Yeah. So as I explained, the four metrics, DORA metrics: deployment frequency, lead time for changing, change failure rate, mean time to restore. Then in this case you see how many deployment happen, speed, also quality side, Then once the unsure whether this, for example, this number 3.3, this is the average number of the projects that happen in a daily basis. This average number, but for this, but you don't know this 3.3 is a good or not. Also, our badge algorithms that helps. It compares your organization against global industry standards, assigning budgets kind of silver, gold, bronze to indicate performance levels.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. Also scrolling down, you can dive deeper into the pull request level within the dashboard. This allows you to track the line changes. Also, the stage duration is kind of from the open to review, review to approval, approval to merge, etc. And also when the pull request is merged into production. So these feature is particularly useful for leadership and CTOs to assess team performance overall. Identify if additional resources are needed or if the intervention are required. And now as a demo phase, we are masking the pull request name. But if you're your project, you can see your real project of name of the pull request. So once
Got
you'd
it.
like to see what's happening, this kind of large number of the change lines, you can click it, you can directly jump into the what's happening.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
So like, if I can ask a question,
Sure.
typically, in a projects like you have multiple repositories, right? So when you are displaying this dashboard, can I see it at an org level, repo level? How does the abstraction look like?
Okay. Thank you so much. So, okay, let me also explain the basic things. So,
Okay,
firstly, you can create your team. Also,
okay,
the team link to for example, your GitHub. So
got it.
you are creating the team on the GitHub. We are
Mhm.
also connecting your team to our platform. So
Got it.
also you can create your own team here. So once you click it, you can also base settings, team or the name, also repository you choose. This
Nice,
kind of
nice,
you can also change it. Also the duration part, you can
Mhm.
see the last month, past 3 months, past 6 months. Then you can more see the how data is flowing.
nice, nice. I think the visualization is looking great and responsive. Um, so Uh, My next question is more on the change management, or rather the how you are implementing it for large organization like the enterprises, right? So large enterprises, obviously they have a lot of teams, a lot of projects going on at the same time, etc., um, and thousands of people working with them, right? So is there a suggested approach of like how you want to implement it? Because this is um, this is a process point of view, and this helps in adoption also. Like in my previous life, I was a customer success person, so this is one of the key aspects I usually look for. Can you explain how Findy does it?
Okay, sure. So firstly, even the bigger organization. So firstly, we recommend to start with a small team. So
Okay,
because as a larger team, using the different tools, different IT environment. Not all of the companies are using only one GitHub. Yeah, maybe some other team are using the GitHub or any other tools, for example. The second is for the person who thinks of this kind of productivity visualization. Some person who is more agree on this kind of idea to measuring the important. But other than that, but firstly, our first approach is more like to talk to the person, who is familiar or who is interested in this area, to identify who can become a kind of lead champion to
hmm.
initiate, facilitate this project. Then, what's important for the bigger company is to see success cases in your company. That's why the strategy is maybe this team we can start first, then showing the real use case. Once you see the real use case, this person can easily advocate to any other team to start with this kind of the project.
Hmm. Nice,
So
nice.
yeah, this kind of thing. Also, we are also offering the kind of session of how to use this product by manager basis or by member basis. So
Hmm.
what is kind of good for this product is also you can see the member level analysis, not only team, also member. You can there on your performance level.
Oh, when you say member, it's like my own view, like how I performed, is it? When you say
Yes,
member?
yes, yes.
Ah,
Yeah.
nice.
So
Individuals.
yeah. It's more interactive approach. So why we are naming this product is a Finite Team Plus. It's not only the one-way approach. From
Hmm.
management side, you will see my own performance. It's like I will feel that I'm monitored, but not like that. It's more like it's imagine the team meetings every week that we are seeing the same dashboard. Then we are showing what is happening overall. You can also choose the team level, project level. Yeah. Then everyone seeing the same data. They're seeing, okay, the next month let's focus on more like, for example, make the more publications smarter. Also for example, going the cycle time analysis. Now the debut time is a more getting slower. Why?
Right.
Then go to the more to focus on debut time in your day, something like this. So in this case, not only the management side, also member level can see this, then see what is happening, how manager can help each team member level. This is a more interactive approach. So for manager level that they use this product, for example, reporting. But also the manager level use this product to communicate with each team member on one-on-one.
Very nice, very nice, very nice. I really like the way it has been shaping up, and I cannot wait for the space-related roadmap items to show up as well. Maybe in the next podcast, you can showcase some of these features.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so, Sugu, I know that you have been very active in the Japan market, right? Like you have been sponsoring multiple events related to developer conferences, etc. So, how does one, especially in India, like how does one keep track of such events? Like, are you planning anything for the Indian market? How does one keep track of it? Like, I know you're new to the Indian market, but nevertheless, like I'll be really curious as to how one can follow you and your product.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for asking. So even in Japan, the 2 to 3 days years back, the not so many people are familiar with this central metrics, visualizing this kind of DevOps metrics. So finally, we found it 8 years back, starting more like for HR platform, the scoring your engineering skill by programming language. So originally, we started more like connected to the engineers users, more especially for middle to senior levels of the users, to started to use Findy to find the jobs. So we are connected to the tech leaders in Japan. Then just 2 to 3 years back, that now our CTO started to say, "Hey, Findy, please help me more for the after hiring." Then
Hmm.
started their focus on the more productivity side. Then
Right.
finding T plus as developed. Okay. Then so firstly, what we did is just talking to tech leaders who is more interested in this area. Then having a small session, they speak something about how they are tracking with their organizational issue. There was some kind of starter that just started to use Finity Plus. Other guys started to follow. Then
Nice.
developer productivity conference we held it last year. Last year, the 600 to 700 people that came to the in person. Then
Wow.
this year, it happened last month. Also, over 1,000 people joined in person. Also, I explained so the Dr. Nicole Forsgren, we invited her to come to Japan to speak.
Fantastic. Hmm.
Yeah, that's the
Good
idea that
to
now.
hear it from the leader, right? Like, Nicole has been such a public figure when it comes to developer metrics and productivity. So, wow.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hopefully, you're going to
Then
conduct something similar in India as well.
yeah, that's connected to my story. Now the middle to longer term strategy, international expansion is more important for Hindi. And compared to the American market, APAC, there's still so many high potential. Now the some guys started to focus on this kind of metrics to realize the more invest in the developer experience. So in India, to some of the person that already working in the US market, other market, they are familiar with it. But others are still not so much like that. So see so many people saying that the different things. So that's why I came to Bangalore. Is the Bangalore obviously has so many IT leaders here. So I started to connect with more people. Also, then we are more happy to have this kind of conference in India or Singapore or in APAC. So
Nice. Nice.
naturally, I try to do the same thing what we did in Japan. This is kind of our aspiration.
Awesome. Awesome. I look forward for that day and I look
Yeah,
forward for that time when we have such events in India as well. Thank you for this time, Sugu. Like it was very, very informational for you, for me, and hopefully for the audience as well. I'm very excited about how your product is going to evolve for the future endeavors, right? Including the space metrics, space framework related roadmap items. I'll be really curious to know about how it's getting implemented. Thank you for your time again. Any closing comments from your side, Sugu?
yeah. Thank you so much. So as mentioned earlier, it's a very crucial to define what developer productivity means for your company, what
Right.
you ultimately want to achieve, and why you want to visualize it. So without measurement, it's hard to identify areas for improvement. The goal is not just to look at DevOps metrics, but to ensure your engineering team is productive and engaged, leading
Right.
to business growth. So Findy supports this journey. So we also happy to share more like space framework, metrics, kind of more basic things. So please, feel free to reach out to me. Anyway, today, thank you for the listening. Thank you for having me this event. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, Sugu. Nice meeting you. Bye.
Yeah, nice meeting you.